Good morning, everyone. It is September 27th, 2016, and we have survived the first presidential debate. Um, my wife is really active in politics locally, so I had to go to a big watch the presidential debate on a large movie screen. A lot of Republican Party was there. It was fun to see everybody, but my God, what torture! I Normally, I reach the stage where if there's a politician I can't stand, I turn the screen off, go do something else, and I was trapped, and it was sheer torture as far as I was concerned. Wow, what have we devolved to? Anyway, the last night, the about 9:15 Eastern. 8:15 Central, the E-mini started to rally, Treasury started to sell, and gold did too. Stock market players were saying Hillary won the debate. We've talked about that if Hillary gets creamed in the debate, the market should be lower today. If Hillary was deemed to win, it should be higher. And that's what happened. That's why I bring this up. My assessment is that Trump did so, and Hillary probably did enough to be deemed the winner of the debate, just watching her, but good God, it was awful to have to sit through that. Anyway, that was my tale of woe for last night. I hope you all did better than I did. Right now, after the ES is up, treasuries are down, then the shakedown begins. Just like in British Petroleum, how much can we fine Volkswagen and add to our slush funds and not put them out of business? You know, the goose does lay golden eggs, but if you kill the goose, there is no more golden eggs to be had. So you got to be careful about this. So Volkswagen and Deutsche Bank were back in the news. Deutsche Bank has been fined by the Department of Justice, and there's been a lot of money go through the Department of Justice, and part of the settlements is that you will fund clean air, you will fund all these little political organizations that just happen to be on the left with the fines, so our government can push money their way. That's probably what's going to happen in Volkswagen's case too. It'll go to the environmentalists because they screwed up the air. So all these green organizations out there are probably panting like a dog on a 115-degree day, just awaiting the kind of money that's going to come to them. So Volkswagen and Deutsche Bank take the market down. Crude oil is down because what did Iran say? Just like we've been talking about, hey, we're not a part of this deal. It's not on our agenda. We're going to get our production up to 4 million barrels a day. What are you going to do about it? So crude oil is down, and the stock market has sold off of its highs. Today we have the 5-year auction. If there's ever a weak auction, it is the middle one. So right now the market's got to get through this 1620 area right here for the rally to continue. And like right now, if the E-mini continues to sell, I believe that it will. Pretty good support in the 4 to 8 area. You can see it right down here. Resistance, we got low volume numbers up here at 18 to 20. So 18 to 20 is where resistance starts. So we'll put a sell 1, 18 to 22, and then 27.31. I doubt if the stock market can break big enough to push us up there. So the issue really is going to be getting through 16 to 20. On the buy side, really good support at 4 to 8. We're at 16 right now, so 8 to 12 buy 1. Let them get stops below 12. And then 1 to 5 buy 2. So if the E-mini sells today, we should be able to notch higher. My mother, and I've shared this with the room many times, told me that I remember one day she asked me, she said, "Charles, do you know what the Greek definition of an idiot was?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Someone who was politically unaware." And it's never been high on my list of things to do or things to interest me, or until forced into it. And I, like so many other people, have been forced into having to pay attention to politics because of taxation, rules and regulation. Okay, number one, 69 to 04 for bonds. So 7 to 11, sell 1. 19 to 23, sell 2. On the buy side, pretty good support down here in the 24 area. 20 to 24, number 1. 13 to 17, buy 1. And 1 to 5, buy 2. Okay, gold was unchanged. I think gold's been at 1341 when I've taken the quotes or written down the price for the last 3 days. So we're stuck in a trading range. We've got our 35, 37 buy. Haven't quite made it yet. We're getting close. Got a B. So maybe we get there this morning. Then 30 to 32. Same numbers as last night. 43, 45, sell 1. And then 48.50, sell 2. Okay, the inflation numbers in Europe were again well below forecast. Not really much in the way of news overnight that could move their markets other than Volkswagen and Deutsche Bank. So that was not good news. High came in London. And we started a new distribution down now. So as per innumerable days of commentary, we like the short side in this contract. Really, 13.25 to 13.50 is resistance, and then our right now it's 11.50 has been where support is. So we've rejected prices above 12.90, and we left last night wanting to sell 90s to 113 even. So right now we're at 70. You can see that the spill came from 80. So 80 to 90, sell 1. 13.15 to 25, sell 2. On the buy side, 12.50, buy 1. And then 12.25, buy 2. Crude oil got clobbered, but this news is known. I mean, it's just been in the background. They were able to run it up. I mean, Iran's doing what they're going to do. Now, I'm doing one of the things that I've noticed here over the course of the summer that we used to do an M split, but you have to check the K and L period too, as opposed to just London. So selling in K and L started at 45.90. We weren't able to get through 46. In M, it started at 75 to 80. So pretty clean break in the market here at 50. So 25 to 50, sell 1. And then 45, 75, 46, sell 2. Buy side, we're going to open it up. Pretty good support below 44.50, so 44 and a quarter, 44.50, buy 1. And then my guess is we're headed below 44, 43.75, 44, buy 2. From this OPEC meeting, it's like we've been talking about since March when they started talking about quotas and production. Everybody ramped up their production and got as much production as they could in January of this year. So when they come back to talking about quotas, everybody's willing to freeze at January levels because it was the highest production they had been able to achieve. And so that's always the negotiating starting point, but it's also something nobody's gonna really pay attention to or back away from either. They're gonna sell as much oil as they can. They're fighting for market share, and Iran's a new producer. Iran production is coming out there. China will buy some of Iran's production to help them restart and keep going and build, and that takes market share or potential market share away from Saudi Arabia and others. And looking at the E-mini, if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Okay, Wall Street's happy that at least as far as last night's debate goes, will be preserved. Hillary won the debate. This is the Deutsche Bank, Frankfurt news, German news, Volkswagen news coming out of Germany. You can see that starting, that would be 10 Eastern right there, but it just started just right off the bat, like 9:15 or so last night. The market starts up and begins to rally and just strengthen all night long. Status quo is preserved and maintained. Right now, last rotate up stopped at 49.50, so 49.51, sell 1, 54.55, sell 2. Structurally, 39.41, buy 1. It's probably a little rich, then back to our 34.36 for buy 2. So Wall Street is pretty well convinced that Hillary is the one. She'll survive this. And I would expect to say, last night watching it with distaste, I kind of figured that Hillary would probably get a bounce in the polls after this. We won't see that till the end of the week. And then the weekend polls will be the most important ones. We won't have those till next week. So there are the numbers, there's the level. It's going to take a while to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be back as soon as possible. Good afternoon. It is September the 27th, 2016. Time to recap today's trading. We came in today liking the sell side of the market once. We had a 49 to 51 sell. After that first break, we lowered our sell to 45 to 50, and we were able to catch a sell right here. This sell did not pan out. We came in with buys at basically 35, 40 plus or minus for buy 1, then 34 to 36 for buy 2. We love our buy 2 spots, and that got us our buy down here. This buy was a plus, just a monkey trade. There's good trading before the market opens. These are the easiest trades, and so just have something going for it really well. There's no trade on that S. There's a trade on this retest failure for a plus. This monkey trade would be no worse than a scratch, small winner. This monkey trade plus. This monkey trade scratch. This monkey trade scratch. Then the market just kind of dies on us up here. So good trading early in the session. You could have made your business plan. our number 2 buy, and eventually our number 1 sell worked out. And you had that information in your hands at 6:45, 7 a.m. Central this morning. That's always nice. You got plenty of time to plan on it. Okay, looking at the F1 screen, lower high, lower low. So if we fail to take out and hold 2155, we can get short, retest the 2135, 2140 area. The trading community last night deemed Hillary the winner of debate number 1. They may have changed their mind as the day went longer and they saw that Trump really wasn't affected in the polls. If they get more feedback this week that Trump didn't get blown out, didn't lose the election, that might bring in more selling. We've been anticipating if Hillary starts to really lose it all the way around, that should bring selling into the stock market as Wall Street bails, and that could be the biggest dynamic for the short side of the market right now. Okay, sell number 1 is going to be 54, 56. Sell number 2, 59 to 61. We do have some news tomorrow that could affect the trading. On the buy side, we broke it out in the 44, 45 area. So 44, 46 buy 1. 39, 41 buy 2. Durable orders, minus 1.9. Ex-transportation, minus 0.5. Crude inventories, don't know, but we'll have a first indication tonight with the API numbers and then the 7-year auction. No deal out of OPEC, but Saudi Arabia came out and said maybe we'll get one in November. So they weren't able to get a deal, and what are they doing? They're rhetorically trying to support the market. Keep it as high as they can and keep pumping as much as they can. It's what they do. It's what the European Central Bank does. It's what the Fed does. Talk is cheap, or cheaper than the alternative that they all face right now. Okay, 7-year auction tomorrow. Not a lot of today's auction wasn't a bad one. I mean, it just kind of so-so. It had a 1-point tail. That's kind of historically that's kind of the norm. Higher low, higher high, 7-year auction. They'd like to finish it out. The dealers are long just over 34%, so they took down a third of the issue. Easier to move that paper if the market moves higher than it is if the market moves lower. So audio off for everybody. Okay, so tomorrow we have the 7-year auction, and it looks like it's going to be a good one. It's really difficult to move paper in the down market. Now, we have a B in an up market. That's long liquidation. So right now, to move a little paper tonight, if we fail to take out our 18, which was our sell today, remember our sell was 18 to 22, then the market's going to have problems. So we can again sell failure to take out 18 to 22. Then 27.31. On the buy side, 9 to 13. Might be able to do a little better than that. Try to set the market up, run it down a little bit, get interest rates higher, try to move some of today's paper, then buy 2, 1 to 5. Okay, gold got sold today, and it didn't for really no apparent reason that I could see, other than the fact that maybe they thought that Trump was going to lose the election. I mean, I don't know. Status quo would be maintained. Lower high, lower low. We're having a hard time in this 45 area, taking out and holding it, and we also had a hard time breaking the 1310 areas. So that's almost a $40 range. Right now, F1 says sell it. Definitely a B. Not a lot going on to the buy side today. So last rotate up stopped at 31. So maybe you get stops in London above that. So sell 33s, 35s, 38s to 40 for sell 2. Stops below 25. So 24, 26 buy 1. 21, 19 buy 2. Looking at the ZB. Just seeing if you're awake, Nancy. Be nice, Nancy. Come on. Resistance 16 to 20, number 1. 23 to 27, sell 1. 31 to 03, sell 2. On the buy side, last rotate down was 6, so we've got 4 to 8, number 1. 29 to 01, buy 1. 17 to 21, buy 2. Ooh. Last night debate is continuing to take a toll on me. I was walking the dog at 10:30 last night. Which Henry greatly appreciated. Crude oil, lower high, lower low, look for a place to sell it. F2 is not going to change that picture. So, little double distribution day. They did get stops beneath K. Last rotate up stopped at basically 44.75, 40 to 45. So we'll leave that as sell 1. Our 14.21 trade was good for a dime, 15 cents if you were prescient and placed your order that way. 45 and a quarter, 45.50, sell 2. On the buy side, 44, 44.25, buy 1. And then 43 and a quarter, 43.50, buy 2. Still haven't made it to 42.50. I think ultimately we get there. And the euro. Lower high, lower low, look for a place to sell it. Every market we look at through the same template, every one of them. And the reason we do that is to build a subconscious understanding, intellect, and that helps you as you move along. Okay, we had 60 to 70 as a sell today. We'll make it 65 to 75, sell 1. 1300, sell 2. I think we break out above 75, we're going to get stops above 1300. On the buy side, 30 to 40. Then 112 even, 112.10 for buy 2. Okay, don't be surprised if I'm in the room doing videos, and I will see some of you at the webinar this afternoon. If you can just come sign in and stuff, you don't have to hang around or do anything, just go in and sign in. It will help our marketing efforts through infinity. Would appreciate that. See y'all at the webinar.